In order to print page numbers in the document, you don't want to type them in by hand, and you don't want to type them actually on the document page. You want to use masters, kind of like a PowerPoint master that contains your page number automatically and any borders you might have, or lines or backgrounds. So over in the Pages panel, you'll see we have 17 pages, but page 1 is not using a master. It has no letter A in it. In your Pages panel, the top half is reserved for masters. So maybe you have a page number on a master, and you might build a B master, which could be a 2-column layout, and a C master, which could have images already in place. Every new document you create will always have an A master and a none, a completely blank page that doesn't refer to any master layout. So let's start by double-clicking on a master. A way to confirm that you're on the master page is to look in the lower left corner, and it says a master. I can actually get to the master here as well. The master page is like a boilerplate or a template for your document for anything that repeats throughout. Copyrights would be a good example, and as I said before, backgrounds or fills, and of course, page numbers. So we're going to start with the Type tool, the T. And when we draw the page number, I want it centered below the bottom margin. So our red line is the bleed that's outside the paper. The black is our paper edge. The purple are our column guides, and the bottom margin is pink. That is our margin guide. So I'm going to start at the bottom left where the pink and purple meet, getting that little horizontal line just above the bottom of the I-beam, which is the technical name for this cursor, right on the pink guide. And I'll click and drag, and I love that smart guides were added. I believe they were added in CS4. So now I know that the width is exactly 6.5, which is perfect. My page is 8.5, minus 1 inch for the left margin and 1 inch for the right margin. I'll sleep far better tonight knowing it's perfect. The height doesn't really matter, and we could set an exact height, which I will do. But to get the page number to print on every page using Master Page A, you go to your Type menu, Insert Special Character, Markers, and Current Page Number. The letter A pops in because you are on Master Page A. But if I double-click on page 2, it prints 2. If I double-click on the cover, which is not formatted yet, it has nothing because it's not referring to the master. In fact, I'll make this a little thinner again because I don't have more than one master. If I double-click on 3, it prints 3. Now let's go back and format this. In fact, if I go to the Selection tool and try to click on the page number, I can't get there. If I zoom in with View Zoom In, or Control plus on the PC, Command plus on the Mac, and wheel down, you'll notice dotted lines. Any frame with dotted lines indicates that it's on a master page and cannot be edited in the document without a keyboard bypass. I cover that later on, but for now, it's a signal that if you want to center this or add the word page there, you should be doing it on the master. I'll double-click on A master, and I'll double-click to get inside the text box. And I think I'd like a sans serif font, something like Myriad or Helvetica New, if you have it, for the page number. So I'll highlight that letter A, and I'll go to Myriad Pro in my font list. If it's one of my recent ones, it'll be at the top of the list. If not, you could scroll down until you get to it, and I'll do Myriad Pro Regular. Now, if I had purchased Light, that would be my favorite. I like the weight, how thin and clean Light fonts are. Light is thinner than your regular. But it doesn't come with InDesign, so I'll go with Regular. Across the top, I'll center it, and I'm not building a style for the page number, because really it only occurs in one spot. I don't need global edits, because if I want to change the font, I only need to change it on the A master, and it updates on all pages using the master in the document. I also like my page numbers a little smaller, so I'll go to 10 point, And I think I'll click in front of the A and type the word page. Now, this text may be too close to the actual text in the book, so we're going to change the vertical justification. In order to change the vertical justification or center the text up and down inside this frame, I need to be on the selection tool. And to make sure it's perfect, I almost always set the height of my page number boxes to 1/4 inch, 0.25 I'll type here, and press Return or Enter to accept it. Once the height is at 0.25, if your resolution is high enough, on the far right you should see Align Top, which is the default vertical justification. I can align Center, which will center it up and down in the box, or Align Bottom. Now, if your resolution is below 1152 by 870, this may not show up at all. So I'm going to go to Object, your Object menu at the top, and Text Frame Options. And I love the shortcut for this, Command B or Control B for box options. When I choose Object Text Frame Options, I can turn on Preview in the lower left, and here I have Align Center, Align Top, or Align Bottom. I'll leave it on Align Bottom, but that's how you get to it if your resolution is too low. And I'll click OK. Now I will do Fit in Window, and double-click on page 2, and it prints page 2. Same with 3 and 4 and 5. So the goal with this video was to introduce the concept of master pages, to be able to draw a text box on a master, and use type, insert special character, markers to insert the page number. It's not available now because we aren't in a text box, but page numbers I always put on the master page, and they'll print on every page using that master. So see if you can add page numbers to your own content in InDesign.